Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so for today, I have my comparison between the Google Pixel 5 and the OnePlus Nord N10 5G. Now, we're going to throw out the spec sheets here because I'm just comparing them based off user experience and what I've noticed so far with these devices. Now, the Pixel 5 is my main daily driver. It's my go-to phone. It's the phone that's always with me. If I'm carrying just one phone when I leave the house, it is the only one that I'm carrying. Besides that, if I'm carrying two devices, it'll be the Pixel 5 and whatever other device choice I make. So I've only had a little bit of time with the OnePlus Nord N10 5G, and I just figured, I would tell you guys what my experience is comparing both of them, the experience I get from both. And one of the big statements is that if you want a close to a Pixel 5 or just a Pixel experience, OnePlus is obviously the way to go. There are some determining factors to that besides the clean experience with Oxygen OS that's very similar to the stock Android experience on the Pixel 5. We're also talking about timely updates. Now, I don't know if I can say that for the OnePlus Nord N10 5G, only because it hasn't received Android 11 just yet. But we'll get into that here in a little bit. So first thing I'm going to talk about here is the size comparison between them. The size obviously is a big factor here. The OnePlus Nord N10 5G is obviously taller than the Pixel 5. As far as the width of the phone, it's not bad at all. I would say that, I can comfortably hold the OnePlus in my hand fairly well. It's just a taller display. So, even with the Pixel 5, I couldn't use one-handed mode on that. It's not a real big killer right there. As far as thickness of the phones, I would say they're pretty much on par when it comes to being the thickness of it. Of course, the OnePlus has more of a chamfered, rounded edge on the back. Well, not chamfered, but just rounded on the back compared to the Pixel 5. But ergonomically, it fits comfortably in my hand based upon that. Of course, the build quality between them two is obviously pretty different. We're talking about, a metal body versus a plastic body. So that's something that, these things are just, they're not real major killers to me. As far as the software experience side, as you guys can see here, OnePlus has a bit more when it comes to customizations and things you can do with the phone. This is the reason why that I'm showing the settings menu here. It's so people can see. On the Pixel 5, it's just the basic settings that you would need to govern your phone. And on the OnePlus, it has the same basic settings, but also on top of that, it has a little bit more customization. Display-wise, to me, both displays look really good. I like the display on the Pixel 5. And while, it's not always the best in sunlight, it still works for me. And I can say the same about the OnePlus also. Using it outside, pretty good for the display. I see things pretty clearly on the display of the phone. Have no problems there at all whatsoever. So one of the biggest things today that a lot of carriers pretty much focus on, obviously, is camera performance. And I will say this, that the OnePlus does pretty much a fairly good job with still photos. So I'll snap a photo here on my Pixel 5 of Sheldon. He's actually a USB flash drive. For those people who don't know, you can pop the head off and it exposes the USB flash drive. But you guys can see into the detail of just a point and shoot. And we'll zoom in here just, to kind of get some clarity to see a little bit more how much details are more in it. And I've always been a fan of the Pixel cameras. I always thought they did very well, even though they never did a refresh to the actual hardware. I always thought that with photography they did very well. And so you can see here with the OnePlus, let's go ahead and snap a photo. And this is the thing that I'm talking about. So I'm not overly critical of my photos. As long as it's taking a decent photo that people can see, I'm totally fine with it. And so zooming in just to kind of see how much detail there is to it, it's not bad. One thing I do like is at the bottom corner there, you got shot on OnePlus, and you can put a signature there. So you can pretty much claim ownership of your photos, especially when you're uploading to Instagram. Another thing to talk about here is audio quality. So the Pixel 5 doesn't have the best audio quality by far. To me, top dog still goes to the Pixel 4, even though they don't have front-firing speakers. But the OnePlus is no slouch when it comes to audio. I actually feel that the audio is pretty good on it. It's not something that I'm aggravated about with them. And yeah, so I mean, top to OnePlus for that. But the big key factor here is that the OnePlus does have a dedicated headphone jack. So using my wired headphones is something that I can use with it if I don't want to go wireless. Even though I have like a bunch of wireless earbuds, from JVC to Skull Candy. There's just so many that I have right now. But sometimes I want to use a wired one without, having to do the pairing mode and stuff like that. So one thing I did notice about the UI that I just showed right now is that with the Pixel 5, you have the ability to clear notifications for the notification shade. Just hit clear. And on Oxygen OS, it's not there. What is there is manage. Both have RCS. I actually thought that OnePlus stock messenger didn't, and it just took a while to set up, but now it does have RCS messaging, so you do have that chat-like enriched messaging feature, and it does cross-platform. So if you have a OnePlus and your friend has a Pixel using Android messages, or just any other Android device that's using Android messages, it does cross-platform for RCS messaging, so you still keep the same enriched experience. As far as network connectivity, now they're not on the same carrier, so we're not comparing, T-Mobile to T-Mobile or Metro to Metro or Visible to Visible. But the thing I want to point out, though, is that both of these phones have been on Metro. As a matter of fact, the OnePlus Nord N10 5G is a Metro device, and the Pixel 5, I had my Metro SIM in it, and I did notice a really big difference when it comes to network connectivity. As at a place that I frequently, I frequented recently, the connection speeds on 5G with the OnePlus Nord was amazing for its low mid-band 5G. And of course, my Pixel 5 is an unlocked device, and when I ran speed tests in the same location, it wasn't as good. With the Pixel 5 getting about maybe 80 megabits on the down, but the OnePlus Nord getting 400 megabits on the down, that's a significant difference. So in all, can the OnePlus Nord N10 5G stack it against the Pixel 5? In my answer, yes, it can. It can hang with it. The 750G chip is not a slouch compared to the 765G, and it performs fairly well for Oxygen OS. So that's my findings of comparing the Pixel 5 with the OnePlus Nord N10 5G. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section of the video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Smash that like button. If you have not subscribed, click subscribe and bell icon to be notified when I upload video or go live. Thanks for checking it out. Peace.